The air was thick with anticipation as the team of elite soldiers stood ready. They were about to face one of their most dangerous operations yet, an assault on a heavily fortified rebel stronghold deep within the jungle. Their equipment was checked, and every soldier knew the risks. The jungle around them was deceptively quiet, hiding dangers in every shadow. As the mission commander outlined the final details, the soldiers adjusted their gear, ready to move. They were about to step into the unknown, a place where the enemy had prepared for their arrival. The task was clear: infiltrate the compound, eliminate the rebels, and extract with minimal casualties. No one spoke much, but the tension in the air said everything. The mission would test their training, their resolve, and their teamwork. Soon, the helicopters would arrive, and the battle would begin. With a deafening roar, the helicopters descended into the thick jungle. Soldiers fast roped down, landing with precision. The jungle was dense, the ground uneven, and the air humid, but they wasted no time. Every soldier moved with purpose, their movements swift and practiced. They formed up, keeping low to avoid detection. Ahead lay the rebel stronghold, heavily guarded and fortified. Their mission was simple but dangerous: eliminate the enemy and destroy their weapons cache. As the soldiers advanced through the thick underbrush, the team remained vigilant. Their training had prepared them for this moment, but the jungle's natural camouflage provided cover for the enemy. Every step was calculated, every move deliberate. Silence was key, and they communicated in whispers, signaling each other as they moved closer to their target. There was no turning back now. The operation had begun. The stillness of the jungle shattered as the team made first contact with the enemy. Rebel patrols emerged from the shadows, armed and ready for a fight. The soldiers immediately opened fire, their rifles cracking in the dense jungle. The sound of gunfire echoed off the trees as both sides fought for control of the terrain. Bullets whizzed through the air, and explosions rocked the ground as grenades were tossed. The team's training kicked in. They took cover behind trees and rocks, exchanging fire with the enemy. The rebels weren't giving up easily, and their defenses were proving more formidable than expected. The soldiers pushed forward, inch by inch, each man covering his teammates. Tensions ran high as the firefight raged on, and they knew they couldn't afford to waste time. The battle had only just begun, and every moment counted. The team neared the heart of the rebel stronghold. The fortified compound loomed ahead, surrounded by barriers, guard towers, and armed sentries. It was a well-defended position, built to withstand any assault. The team knew the risks. This would be their toughest challenge yet. As they approached the perimeter, they surveyed the situation. Snipers in the towers and guards along the walls made it nearly impossible to get through unnoticed. The soldiers remained concealed, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Their objective was clear: neutralize the enemy leadership, destroy the weapons cache, and secure the area. But the rebels were well prepared for a siege, and their stronghold was not going to fall without a brutal fight. The soldiers understood the stakes. The mission had to succeed. There was no room for failure. The silence was broken by the deafening roar of explosions as the soldiers breached the compound's gates. Shrapnel and debris filled the air as the team stormed through the opening, weapons drawn and ready. The rebels scrambled to respond, but they were caught off guard by the speed and precision of the assault. Gunfire erupted as the soldiers pushed forward, taking down enemies with pinpoint accuracy. The compound was a maze of rooms and corridors, but the team moved with deadly efficiency, clearing each area as they went. The sound of combat filled the air, rifles firing, grenades exploding, and the battle for control intensified. The rebels fought back fiercely, but the soldiers were relentless. They knew they had no time to waste. Each minute spent in the compound was a minute closer to their goal. It was a brutal, unforgiving fight, but the team was determined to succeed. The heart of the compound was now within reach. The team advanced with grim determination, knowing that the enemy leadership was entrenched within the compound center. The rebels, realizing their stronghold was in danger, fought with desperation. Hand-to-hand combat erupted as soldiers and rebels clashed in close quarters. Knives flashed, fists flew, and the sound of brutal struggles filled the air. The soldiers' elite training proved invaluable as they fought with ruthless efficiency, eliminating any remaining threats. As they neared the command center, they encountered fierce resistance, but the team held firm. They cleared the last of the rebel forces, their objective almost within reach. Exhausted but unwavering, the soldiers pressed forward, determined to complete their mission. It was a fight to the finish, but victory was now within their grasp. The rebels were on the defensive, and the end was near. With the rebels neutralized and the stronghold secured, the team began their extraction. But as they moved toward the extraction point, the enemy launched one final counterattack. Explosions rang out, and gunfire filled the air as the soldiers fought their way through the compound's gates. The sound of helicopters grew louder in the distance, signaling the end of the battle. The team moved with precision, covering each other and advancing toward the extraction point under heavy fire. Finally, the helicopters arrived, and the soldiers made their escape, leaving the smoldering remains of the rebel stronghold behind. The mission was a success, but it had come at a cost. The soldiers knew the fight was far from over, but for now, they had completed their objective. The jungle below them faded into the distance as the helicopters carried them to safety. This victory, hard-earned and costly, was only the beginning. Thank you for watching this intense mission unfold. If you enjoyed this action-packed operation, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another heart-pounding battle. Stay tuned for more epic military operations and thrilling combat stories. Your support helps us bring you more of the high-stakes action you love. Don't miss out.